Fruitcake sometimes gets a bit of a bad rap, and we usually just have it at Christmas.
Now hold your judgment. You haven't tried my fruitcake.
I know. I did have a big but there because Kirsten Tibballs never makes a bad fruitcake. And this one's a little bit different to the normal one that we usually know of.
It's very, very light. So it's more like what we would call a gâteau de voyage in French, or we sometimes refer to it as a tea cake, really quite light. And I've just put all my favourite fruits and nuts in there.
And I can see there's some lime in this too.
Which give a pop of freshness.
Very nice.
Now, are you okay if I give you some jobs?
Yes, please.
Can you sieve the flour? And we've got some cinnamon and some baking powder to give us some lift.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is a great trick. So I've got some hot water here. I place the whole eggs in, warm them up, and once I'm ready to incorporate them into the cake, I crack them open and they're at body temperature. That way, when we incorporate the eggs, it won't separate the mixture.
Great tip.
So into the mixer, I'm using the paddle attachment. I'm going to place some unsalted butter.
Okay.
That way we can control, if we do add salt, how much we add. Add in some sugar. What the sugar does is it cuts through the butter and incorporates air. So the lighter it is, the better. And we're going to whip this up with a little bit of vanilla.
So you really want to get as much air in there as possible.
Absolutely. And you want a really decent dollop of vanilla.
Yes. Lots of
Put a little bit extra. Now I'm going to whip this up for approximately 8 minutes to make it really light and fluffy.
Okay.
Now we're going to add the eggs in one at a time. So we crack them in.
Yep.
Now we're going to alternate the eggs with a little bit of flour because sometimes adding too much eggs at once can make it split, which we want to avoid. After each addition of egg, we're going to add a spoon of the flour. Then the remaining flour we add in, alternating with the milk.
Okay. Good.
It does look good. It's all come together beautifully. Now we've got lots of fruit and nuts, which we're going to fold through by hand. Start with the cranberries.
Okay.
Now a great tip with dried fruit is to pour some boiling water over the fruit right up to the surface and drain the water off immediately. It hydrates the fruit so then your fruit doesn't draw moisture from the cake and keeps the cake really nice and moist. We just keep bringing them on.
Yeah, okay. So almond meal too?
Yes.
And pistachios?
Yes, one of my favourites. Adds a pop of colour.
And more nuts. Some almonds.
Yeah, you could use flaked or slivered. And then we come to more fruits in there, some fresh lime.
Okay, zest. This is a great addition. The freshness like you were touching on.
Am I turning you around to your...
Yes, you are. You are.
Your thinking on fruitcake that it's just for Christmas.
I don't mind fruitcake Christmas, but you're right. I mean, we don't eat it often enough, and I guess because it is quite heavy, but if there's a lighter version,
You're all
might be more
for
inclined,
it.
yeah, to try it.
Glace cherries in last. We put the glace orange. And then I'm making it more unfruitcake-like by baking it in a bundt tin. We place that in. Preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius for a fan-forced oven. And this is going to bake for approximately 40 to 50 minutes or until your skewer comes out clean.
Great.
Now, once the cake has cooled slightly, we can turn it out onto our serving plate for the big reveal. It's a good sign it's come out.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Oh, and that's why you make sure you oil and flour the bundt tin because it just comes out so easily.
It
Lovely.
does. Now we can ice it. It's a simple icing of lemon juice, butter, and icing sugar.
And if you didn't have a bundt tin, you could just do this in a spring form. It would work a treat.
Absolutely. Any shaped tin will work. A loaf tin, the touch of lemon on the outside and the icing really works perfectly.
Oh, look at that. And I just love how it just slowly cascades down the sides.
A little bit of encouragement.
Off you go, down the sides. All right, let's have a little taste.
This will determine how much you're looking forward to it by how big the slice is. All right, that's pretty decent.
We'll start with a small piece and work our way. Oh, that looks like a great cake right there. I love the little speckles of pistachios through that, the dried fruit.
Look at me eagerly awaiting
know.
what you think.
I've only taken one piece. Well, I've got to get another slice for you. There we go. How rude. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kirst, that is actually really, really good. I'm not surprised. All of your cakes taste delicious, but fruitcake is now not just for that once a year occasion. Any time of the year, this is going to be great. I also may add it to the menu at Christmas because I prefer this one than the traditional one.
I'd be honoured.
It's on the list.